Today, I will speak about academic leadership, how it is different than corporate leadership.
Ma'am, can you tell about yourself then? Because we have seen both the worlds, academics and corporate both.
Yeah, sure. I have good 20 plus years of corporate experience, and that is in different sectors. I have worked for a logistics company, TNT Skypack. Then I've worked for non-banking finance companies for almost 12 years in a managerial, and then even as a vice president, corporate lending. I have worked for diagnostic company, uh, belonging to Standard Medical and Pharmaceutical Company, Hyderabad-based company. I took a break in between. It was a long break. I got married, and because of my child, I took a break to give him all the nurturing. All India Council of Technical Education, they came to the campus and they saw my CV, and they said I'm the director of the institute because I had good industry experience, and plus I had a PhD in management studies. So they made me an academician. I started my career in Khalsa College, Guru Nanak Institute of Management Studies, where in fact AICT made me the professor. I didn't know what rankings are there for, one has to start from lecturer, then it was lecturer, reader, and then professor. But I was a professor from day one, so I'm lucky. So ever since I joined, academic leadership, because I've seen the corporate also, I always feel it is so different. It is so different. People don't realize that there's a large difference in the academic leadership and the corporate leadership. Corporate leadership, to a great extent, is cutthroat. Your competitor is making so and so business. What is the market share you can grab? And to grab that leadership, or to be the challenger of the market leader, one needs to do, we call it strategic management, which I teach. So we adopt various strategies, and many of them are, I won't say they are not ethical, but then ethics hardly matters. Okay, in a war, everything is fair. So that's the corporate leadership. Therefore, the corporate leaders, hardly see that they are, empathetic. You will hardly see that they are, they are humans. You will hardly see they care for feelings. But in that doesn't happen in academics. So in academic leadership, there are vice chancellors, pro vice chancellors, registrars, departmental heads of the university, deans. Similarly, in a college, a principal, a vice principal, registrar, departmental heads in the college, they all are academic leaders. They come on, they all are called academic leaders. Now, the difference is academic leadership requires a lot of sympathy. They have to be sympathetic towards their students. Students come from different walk of lives, and students face, they face their odds at their home. Everybody doesn't come by car and from a rich family. There are students who come from middle class families, and there are students who come from a lower middle class families. There are students who see a lot of, uh, in their house, they see, some students see a lot of violence. They see their mothers being hit. Sometimes students come hungry. They don't get food for a day. In the night, they're not eating food. So students come from all walks of life, and the teacher in the class is the leader. The faculty in the class who's taking a lecture is the leader, and the students imbibe a lot of manners, mannerisms, the laughing style, the talking style, the way the teacher carries herself, himself. They observe the teachers, and these teachers are the leaders in the classroom. Whosoever is a leader of the college, whosoever is the leader of a university, in the classroom, a teacher who goes can make immense difference to the teacher, to the young students' lives. Academic leadership is all about really achieving the vision and mission statement of the institution. Academic leadership is not only giving lectures. We do a lot of admin work as well, because we need to have NAT, NBA, other accreditations, and therefore a lot of admin work also takes place, correcting answer sheets, filling the forms, helping the students to fill the forms when they come to take admission. A lot of administrative work also goes. So, Gitika, I want to tell you that, the best academic leaders, according to me, I really am a big fan of Vikram Sarabhai, the nuclear man, the scientist who worked very close with Homi Bhabha. Now, Vikram Sarabhai started IIM Ahmedabad. He is a nuclear scientist. He had nothing to do with management. And IIM Ahmedabad is practically the first management institute of India. He set it up in 1961. Why did he do that? Because he realized that only because he worked with all scientists in Bhabha Atomic Research Center, it's not only scientific knowledge that makes a leader. A leader needs to have a lot of administrative capacity. A leader must be able to make decisions, and therefore administration comes in picture. So he started IIM Ahmedabad in 1961, and IIM Ahmedabad followed the Harvard Business School model. In fact, then IIM Ahmedabad was working in collaboration with Harvard Business School, and Dr. Mathai was the chairman. So Dr. Mathai, his name was Ravi Mathai, was himself a very good academician. He had studied abroad, and he knew, and now he made a autonomous model for IIM Ahmedabad. Okay, so it's an autonomous, and therefore all IIMs, are autonomous in nature. So Mathai really brought in an institutional model fantastically. Mathai, he made IIM Ahmedabad so famous that people started, good students started flocking to take admission in IIM Ahmedabad, and then comes IIM Calcutta and Bangalore, and now we have so many IIMs. I'm a fan of Vikram Sarabhai. Okay, then I also care a lot for C.D. Deshmukh. Now, Mr. C.D. Deshmukh was a RBI governor, first RBI governor of independent India. So he was a finance man. Okay, C.D. Deshmukh was so selfless that he never took any perks given by the government. He didn't even like to use a car given by government, a car, a home, all that RBI gives. Okay, he was a very simple, down to earth man, but he was a very he was, in true sense, what should I say? He cared a lot for knowledge. He was a bhakta of Goddess Saraswati, Mr. Deshmukh. Then, after his RBI governorship, he was heading the UGC, University Grant Commission, and that was also, he was the first one to head the University Grant Commission, and all this is in 50s. Okay. After that, he didn't stop over there. He went on to become a Vice Chancellor of Delhi University. Okay. And remember, IIM Ahmedabad, great institution. Delhi University, a great institution. Then I'm a big fan of Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya. Now, Malviya also fought for the independence of India. Okay. But he went on to set Banaras Hindu Vishwavidyalaya, Banaras Hindu University. And he went from pillar to post to gather donations for BHU. Today we are talking of Indian knowledge system, but he was ahead of times. Okay, he felt, let the world know what is Indian knowledge system. Okay, our Vedas, our Puranas, our rishis, saints. So how Indian knowledge has shaped up. He wanted to make it very famous in the world. So that's the reason he went to set up the Banaras Hindu, Banaras Hindu University.
Ma'am, so what is the core competency of academic leadership?
The core competence of academic leadership is, the syllabus. The syllabus needs updation in present time, in fact, every year. If not every year, after every 3 years. So that academic leaders must have knowledge. If they don't have proper knowledge, if they don't have mastery of a given faculty, any faculty, they cannot become leaders. They must have passion for knowledge. They must have passion for research, a lot of research. They must be research centric. Today India lacks research. Then these academic leaders must remember the vision and mission of the institution. They have to work to align all activities, all functions of the value chain in academic, of the college, of the institution, of the university. They must have all business processes, the processes which align the vision and mission along with the processes which are followed in the institution. Then they must have a lot of, they must remember that academic leadership, academic institutions are not standalone. They are a part and parcel of society. So there has to be a social outreach. They must work with NGOs. They must show the children what reality of life is. You know, a child might be coming from a very rich family, but if he doesn't know what goes on in slums, what happens when other children can't bring all that he brings for in the lunch box. So outreach, social outreach is something which is very important in today's era. And academic leaders must do first, be the first doer, then others will follow. He can't sit in his cozy chamber and call the shots. He has to go to the classroom. I'm saying every academic leader, whosoever he is, must take lectures. You must understand what is a classroom. You must understand what the students really want, what are their real requirements, and working with other what should I say, regulatory bodies such as University Grant Commission, then the AICT, Directorate of Technical Education. All these are the regulatory bodies. You know, one needs to know what exactly goes. Now, when we talk about, what are their requirements from the institution. One thing I just want to say to end my today's session is there is a model called triple helix. So this triple helix model talks about combination and working together by the university, by the corporate houses, and educational institutions. I feel India is not very strong in research. One is because collecting primary data from corporates is very difficult, from public sector undertakings also. So whether it's railway, whether it's post office, any PSU, Steel Authority of India, ONGC. I'm just giving you a few names where I wanted my students to go and collect data from the MTDC, from Archaeological Society of India. These people are not ready to give the primary data. They feel they have a full ownership on the primary, they will not give the information. This becomes very important for research. So, and students are very lethargic, and the guides are also very lethargic. So, the PhDs are, or the research, I'm not talking only about PhD, any live research also is very difficult. For example, I wanted my students to go to Mumbai Central Railway Station and study the pod hotels. So I spoke to the director of the pod hotel at Mumbai Central Railway Station. He initially said, yes, you send your students, and this was a live project. Second time, third time, they didn't entertain my students. They gave very half-hearted answers, and me being very strict, I didn't accept. So, you know what happens? Anywhere, we care very little for the quality of education. The new education policy is there in place, but then it's difficult to follow new education policy, and I see a lot of flaws in it. So, I spoke about my feelings on academic leadership. Thank you very much.